So crypto markets are pumping, and I'm seeing a lot of the same questions popping up. People are saying, oh my God, this token that I should have put either more money into or should have even just got into. You sat on the sideline and waited for a pullback or for something. I don't even know what a lot of people were waiting for. Missed out on it. Now I've seen that things have 3 to 5x. Or maybe you put $1,000. You're like, damn, I should have put 10. I should put 50 in hindsight. And a lot of people right now are like, is it too late? Are we still early enough to double down on some of these profits and ride these tokens to a 10x or a 50x? Or have we seen most of the upside and now's the time to start getting out? Fantastic questions. And to be honest, they're the same questions that I'm having. And so I dove into CryptoGodJohn's historic calls to get some form of a context of an answer on how we should be playing this market. We're going to talk about a few of these AI calls. I'm also going to give you 3 new AI tokens. So if something like OXO, what we've got on the screen at the moment, you can see this has run a nice 3x this week, and I have a decent amount of holdings of OXO, so it's been very awesome. But it is now at almost a $300 million market cap. I'm going to give you 3 tokens that are way less than this. 2 of them are under the 100 mil market cap by a substantial amount, and CryptoGodJohn is affiliated with both of them. So I'm going to tell you those ones in case you want the option of investing in a CryptoGodJohn coin, but not one that's already blown up like OXO. And then I'm also going to give you a tool that I'm a little bit nervous to give you guys because it's basically what I lean on in order to make my videos, and you might not need me anymore, but I'll give it to you anyway. This is a super cycle and it's made for sharing. So let's jump in. We track CryptoGodJohn. We track a lot of massive influencers and early insiders and traders in the crypto world because they've had an insane track record. CryptoGodJohn, 360x on Link. I'm going to go into exactly what he thought Link was going to reach when he first called it versus what it actually did reach, and compare it to what he's saying these tokens like OXO are going to reach right now. But talking about OXO, John got in at about 1.5 cents. He thinks that it is the chain link of this cycle. We just saw Chainlink did a 360x. He thinks that that is what OXO is to him this cycle. And he's got his money where his mouth is. This is a wallet alert that we've got through our whale tracker, where we track people like CryptoGodJohn's wallets, and we can see when they're buying and selling tokens. We can see what their actions are, not just what their words are, and you see it immediately. So link to that's in the description below if you're not already in there for some reason. But recently, just a couple of days ago, might be 3 days ago, we got this alert, and John bought another 6 figures worth, 100 grand worth of OXO tokens. This is one of the alerts, 30 grand, and we got 3 of these coming in here. I think 94 grand went to actually buying OXO, and 6 grand went to the fees that OXO actually charged, the buy and sell fee. And as we saw, OXO has skyrocketed on that news. I believe last night, a big whale moved $1 million in. I believe that's just what this candle is here, 25 cents up to 29 cents in one purchase, and it's been slowly drifting upwards. Now, how high does CryptoGodJohn think this is going to go? Are you too late to get into something like OXO, or are you too late to double down? Because it's already at 31 cents. Well, John says here, if you're patient, buying OXO under 10 cents, which it was 2 weeks ago, is a free 5x to 10x in the next few months. Now, if we can do some quick math together, that's 50 cents to $1 in the next few months. And then on this next slide over here, he's got OXO waiting room, which is, I believe, the Wolf of Wall Street poster of all of us just waiting for OXO to hit that $1 mark. This tweet here, however, hashtag OXO. And that, my friends, is 5 months of downward PA engulfed in one daily candle. Laugh my ass off, which was this beautiful, nice 3x thing and the $1 million buy that we've been looking at. See you at $2, okay? All of a sudden, we've gone from $1 into $2. And then if we go over to this one here, OXO, road to $5. Now we've gone from a $2 target, a $1 target to a $2 target to a $5 target. And then on this last slide here, it says OXO, next leg up to new all-time highs has began. The beast has been unleashed, which means unleashed, we're just starting in his viewpoint, and his money's still in the market. That's the nice thing about the whale tracker too. We're tracking John's wallet, so we can see the moment that he sells any OXO. And I'll probably get out the time that he sells because I got in the time, almost the time that he got in. People are starting to wake up to the privacy narrative. OXO developing first ever privacy ecosystem. This can run to $10 plus, which is the highest projection that we've seen him give. And going through his Twitter and his historic tweets about OXO, a lot of his projections land at about $1.50 to $2. And that's where he also has said that he will start taking some out. So I think a lot of this is a little bit of hype, in my opinion. Getting to $10, I'm not saying it's not possible. be very happy if it does. But I think even CryptoGodJohn would not hold his bag all the way through to $10. I think he'd be dollar cost averaging on the way out. And it feels like his projections are around $1.50 to $2 on average. Now, if we have a look at Chainlink, because Chainlink was his number one baby, and this was the thing that he took to the graph slide here for you. He started accumulating Chainlink, all recorded not only on the blockchain, but on his Twitter, between 25 cents and 40 cents. And you can see the crazy ride. This was the call that I showed you at the start, because we track these people and we track their calls, 360x. And it went from, I think, $3,000 to multiple millions of dollars for CryptoGodJohn. That's where he really made the name for himself. Now, if you can see this tweet's way back from 2020. And he says, crazy to think when you put it this way, Link. What a wild ride. See y'all at $100. And then here he's got many big whales are grabbing last minute Chainlink before we head north of $100. And then he's got here, Chainlink is going to $100 sooner than you think. And this is all in 2020. In fact, this one here was October 2020. And he says a lot of big whales, like the $1 million purchase we saw in OXO, are coming in to grab it before its meteoric rise to the $100 mark. Now, let's have a look at two things here. October 29, 2020. On the graph, that is about October 29. October is the 10th, so we keep going. It's about here. And he was right. Like, he was really right. This was still at $12, and it skyrocketed to $50. So it's a nice 4x. So those whales that can buy $1 million worth can cash out maybe realistically more like $2.5, $3 million worth, unless they're going to absolutely time the pinnacle here. But he was perfectly right on that call. Where he was off on his call, his Chainlink did not hit $100. Chainlink hit $47.70. I think it a little bit higher. I think it was quite close to that $50 mark. So he was about 50% off that call, which makes me a little bit wary when you see John calling for $1.50, $2 OXO. How high is it going to go? Well, how I'm personally playing it, and then I'll give you the 3 tokens that are down the crypto whip, more volatile, and they have run in terms of multiples so far, but they're not up at the market caps of these big blue chip AI leaders. And again, I haven't sold any OXO on this second pump. Of course, I sold some on this first pump up here, which was awesome. But I'm personally not yet selling any OXO. But at least for me, I'm a little bit more cautious and pessimistic than someone like John. To be honest, has a way better track record than me, has way better info than me, has more intel, can read the market better than me. But at least for me, after seeing him calling for a $100 Chainlink, and maybe he's going to be right this cycle, maybe he'll push past $100 per token. But last cycle, he was about 100% off, which is a long way to be off, and just shows me that every time you read John's Twitter and you see something like OXO at $10, doesn't mean OXO is going to get to $10. A lot of it is hype. Now, there are 3 AI projects, however, that have done well recently, and John is affiliated with, or rumored to be, should I asterisk here, rumored to be affiliated with. The first is Morphware XMW. Now, it only has a market cap of $63 million circulating, $110 million fully diluted. It has taken a nice run up recently from that 40 cents level. It's gone from that 3, almost 4 cents, crossing that 10-cent mark, but a much lower market cap, almost a third the size, the market cap of something like OXO. Another one that has approximately a half the market cap of OXO is Hash, which John is a big player in. And now these guys are smaller market caps than OXO. But if you have a look at John's portfolio, and if you want a copy of this portfolio, I'll make it free for you in the description below. This is CryptoGodJohn's holdings across all of his tokens. And you might look at this and be like, okay, what are the ones with the lowest market caps? And it's funny, Hash here was at a $53 million market cap, and where I'm showing you here, it's now at 125. So you already have missed a nice 2.5x there. But it's not necessarily the lowest market caps are going to do the best. Like RST's token doesn't mean it's going to do the best, but I'm just showing you some options that could be more volatile in a good way, going up more percentage as the bigger chips go up, a smaller percentage that you might want to rotate into if that's the type of trader that you are. But remember, I mean, Chainlink went to $50 and he got in at 25 cents. So it's like there's no need to rotate if you do believe that OXO is just going to be the golden child like Chainlink was in the last cycle. The last token, which I've talked about on this channel, I've got a whole video on it. We saw CryptoGodJohn's wallet be strongly affiliated with this. OpenGPU, which we've been talking about in the inner circle since I think about 27 cents, has now hit $3. It's getting some nice accumulation there. There is rumors going out about a tier 1 crypto exchange listing. We got John's affiliation. They're starting to really nail into their marketing because they're a heavy tech focused team, and now they're sort of leaning into that narrative sort of marketing and riding that AI wave. They are only at a $37 million market cap still, fully diluted $63 million market cap. I personally I'm holding a decent sized bag of this, have been since about 36 cents, but waiting for CryptoGodJohn to start promoting it to his audience and hopefully get an Alex Becker on board to have him promote it to his audience. So I personally think there is a lot of open juice left into OpenGPU, but if you're still wondering about your tokens, and I haven't talked about them in this video, but you're like, is it too late to get into this token? Is it too late to get into that token? Here's the tool that I like to use. Come over to Twitter and you go to the advanced search function, which is advanced search here in the 3 dots. Or you can just copy out this template here, brackets from colon, whoever the influencer that is shilling you the token. In this case, it's CryptoGodJohn. And then type in the token name. So if we want to do hash, we can type in hash and you can go from the top or the latest. So you can see what his latest thoughts are on that token. And so he says, honestly think Hash AI is about to rip these next few weeks. Just acquired another new multi-million-dollar data facility, talks about expanding to the United States. And so you can start to get their viewpoints on how high these tokens are going to go, or how high should I say they think that they're going to go. And then use that and obviously your own intelligence and logic, risk appetite in order to find your exit points and get out once you're in profit, because 95% of us are going to round trip this. Not a bad thing. I think that's a good educational experience, but it's a fascinating balance playing out to be looking to come out with a lot of money, but also not missing out on that extra 10x on your already 10x. So instead of getting 100x, you've only got a 10x. So make sure you're balancing your risk appetite. Use a tool like Twitter Advanced Search to see sort of projections and targets. Be smart about it. And if you want more info on the influencers and inside traders and how they're playing it, join our inner circle where we track their wallets, their social profiles, and their portfolios so that we can copy trade them with more information and leave the super cycle with the exact same results that they have, because we're literally copy trading in 1-for-1. So if CryptoGodJohn makes 100x, we do too. If he loses all his money, we will too. So I personally would just prefer to have them do all the work on my behalf and then copy trade their signals, especially because they have social insurance policies where I know there's millions of followers waiting to hear what they do and then ape in after them. So link to that is in the description below. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.